Okay, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're watching from the world. Thank you for joining this session, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay. We are Veda and Money, and we are basically teaching people how to build a life of freedom. Now, how are we doing this? Well, we've started a new endeavor. Well, I say new, but we've been
We've
doing
been
this for
doing
the
two
last
years
two
now.
years. I don't know where the 2 years have gone, but we have been doing this for the last 2 years. And we're basically helping people to understand how they can create a different lifestyle where you can achieve that time and financial freedom by building something of your own. So we've started a digital business, and we're here to kind of give you some information on how it works and how maybe it could be something that's for you. So today we are joined by somebody from the US, a lovely Uma. Uma, thank you for joining us today. Uma is a mental health counselor, and I'm going to hand over to Uma so that she can introduce herself. So, Uma, thank you for joining our session today. Would you
You're
like to
so welcome. Yes, you're so welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the invite. Truly appreciate it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching us live or watching the replay. Much, much gratitude to you guys. My name is Uma. I live in New Jersey. I am originally from India. I came to this country at the age of 11 with my parents and my siblings. I did all of my schooling here. And as a profession, I work in a school system for past 21 years as a student assistance coordinator. And just recently working from middle school, I shifted into elementary school settings. So that's where I am at now. And I started this amazing, amazing digital marketing business just 3 years ago now. So truly, truly blessed to be on this platform, meeting amazing people across the globe. You guys are in London, correct me if I'm wrong, and here in US, and we are connecting. I mean, this would not have happened if it was not for this platform, if it was not for this business. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Ima. It was a lovely introduction. So, right. So you have a wealthy career of 21 years. So how did you come across this online business? So what made you that change or think about it? And what was your experience in the journey so far?
Yeah. That's a very loaded question. Yes, 21 years in a profession. Actually, before starting in the school system for 5 years, I worked in a hospital setting as a clinician. So I worked there, again, all mental health related. So, and then I made the switch to working in the school system. 21 years. I mean, you guys know working in the school system, it's not, let's just be honest, the salary isn't all that great. It's a government job. You need, multiple sources of income kind of coming just to, pay the bills, pay the mortgage, kids and whatnot. What had happened for me personally was that I was working multiple jobs. And then my husband had lost his job as well. So that kind of put a little bit more stress. So having one income, and then we just had our daughter, and I picked up another job over the weekend. Ended up being like, now I'm working 4 or 5 jobs, thinking, okay, we can't really afford daycare. So decided my husband will, look after our daughter, and that's what he did. And then he started to work at night, just finding jobs so that way. So he was actually driving for Uber and Lyft at night. So I would come home around 6, 7 o'clock, and then he would leave, at nighttime, come in the morning, then I would leave. And it just kind of went like that. And, when you kind of get into a routine, even though it's not a great or good one, but you just make do because that's what's needed for the family, right? So you just provide for the family. So that went on for almost a decade now, guys. I mean, in between, my husband had jobs, but again, we had to make sure that, you know, my daughter was taken care of and all of that. So now, going to the pandemic time, which was not too long ago, but yet it seems so far. I was working from home, and of course, my husband was home, and my daughter, you know, now imagine me sitting in this room and periodically, like, I'm working, and my daughter would just peek in, open the door and peek in and just wave. This went on, you know, like she would be so happy. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, you know, this, I'm not used to that, you know? Yeah. So, and then she said, oh, Mama, I'm so happy that I can just open the door and see you anytime that I want to, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, you know, when you're working, you don't realize what you're doing, you know? And then one day she just said, oh, Mama, it's so good that we can cook together. We can eat together. She's been saying this to my husband all along. Oh, you know, Daddy and I always cook and eat. Mama's not home. You know, and it just kind of got to me. I'm like, oh my God, what have I done? I've missed out so much. You know, missed out picking her up from school, missed out dropping her off, missed all those beautiful milestones, you know. Yeah. I'm never going to get those back.
Yeah.
But here we are. I said, oh my God, I have to make a change. I can't continue to work like this. Yeah. We have to make a change. So, you know, it's that mind shift. When you make that decision and when you make a promise to yourself that, okay, I am going to make a change. I don't know what it is, but I am going to figure out a way to earn from home, just even a little bit, so that way I can supplement my after-school jobs. That's all I was looking for. That's what I said to God. I said, I don't know what I can do, but all I know is that I want to be able to earn from home. I said, I'm not qualified, because when you think about it, when you use this, it's very limited. That's exactly how my thought process was, very limited. That, oh, I don't have a degree in anything that I can work from home. I'm not qualified to do anything from home. I don't know what I can do, because my degrees are in, you know, bachelor's in psychology and sociology, master's in counseling. I'm like, what can I do besides counseling? But at that time, there was no counseling online. So I'm like, I don't know. So I said, you know what? This is so limited. I can't. Literally, I said, God, I'm giving this to you, and I'm going to stay open to receiving whatever you send me my way. I'm willing. I'm open to learning. I'm open to receiving. And that's how this business came to me, guys. It literally landed in my lap, knowing that there's no experience needed. You don't need any special degree or certificate or qualifications to run this business. You also get a coach and a mentor with this business. It's a legal and taxable business. I was so blown away when I read that it was legal and taxable, because, you know, working for the government, you know, working in a school system, I'm like, I need to make sure that I can do this on the side as a legal business, because otherwise I don't want to lose my job. I've put in so many years and I love what I do. I love helping kids. So looking at all of that, I was like, oh my God, it's like, God, did you just make this business for me? And then now you're handing it to me saying, here you go. You said you wanted to earn, you know, something and do something from home. Here you go. Oh my God, let me tell you.
It's a mind blowing, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
I definitely resonate with that because, as a mom, as a parent, and I think so many people out there are looking for something like this because, like you said, it's that realization that, you get stuck in that routine. Yes, I need to run, I need to earn to support the family, and, people are working. I don't know how you did it, but you were working so many jobs, 2, 3 jobs, same with your husband. Um, and you do whatever you can to keep that family running. But while that's happening, the most important thing where we're missing out, most of us are parents and we have kids, and they seem to be forgotten,
Yeah.
haven't they? And it's not that we do it on purpose, it's just we kind of get lost in that routine.
Yes.
And I know we've been there. I've had the same realization, um, obviously as a teacher, there's so many moments that I've missed because I need to be in school. And it's funny because we encourage parents to come and watch your children's performances, come to the parents' evening, come and watch this, come to the sports events. But as a teacher, I can't do that for my own child. I mean, what a double-edged sword that is. And it's
Yes.
awful. It's awful because I went through years of that before I actually realized, what am I doing? I need to do something else, right? And, like you said, with your husband working nights, and, you wouldn't, and we had the same because
Yeah,
money.
I used to work crazy hours. Yeah, I don't know what time I go to bed, what time I woke up.
Yeah.
So
So it was like we weren't able to even communicate with each other
yeah,
because,
Yes.
so we literally had no relationship. It was just, a hello, bye, what do you want to eat kind of thing. It wasn't a marriage. It wasn't the relationship that we
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
So,
No,
and that I would say this business it has brought us together as well, not just being there for the family. It's about our relationship, our marriage as well.
yeah. And you know what? That is so important because, you speaking of that, not having any time, my husband at one point, he found a job which was almost 2 hours away, couldn't commute. He tried to commute. It just was not working out, sometimes getting stuck in traffic, and it would take him 4 hours to get home. So he actually had to get an apartment and stay there. So for 6 to 8 months, he was there, and I was here still trying to juggle all those jobs while looking after my daughter. So at that time, she had just started school and dropping her off at a friend's house, and then they would drop her off to school. Then I would run to work, and then picking her up, I couldn't to somebody else. I'm getting someone to pick her up, and then staying after school with someone, and then me running to make sure that I pick her up, and then I can take her to her after school activities or whatever, and literally eating in the car, and then she would fall asleep in the car, and then I would carry her and bring her. It just went on for way too long. It's when you think back, it literally makes you so emotional. It's like, oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it is.
it hits you. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, once those moments gone, we can't get it back. That's
Yeah.
gone is
Right.
gone. Past is past. So
Exactly.
let as you said, we were literally praying, God, we tried all what we can do. We are just laying on the bed, just watching on the ceiling. Can you show us an opportunity somewhere we can work from home, within our comfort zone? Like, we don't want to go out and things like that. So I don't know.
And it was, and it's strange because when we speak to so many people that have come into it's similarly, they all say the same things. They came to this breaking point which led them to finding this business. So I mean, I'm reading a book right now and it's called Ask and It Is Given, and it's exactly that. When you get to that point and you ask, and truly I do feel that this is something that was given by God, and because it has completely changed our life. And I think we're really grateful that this is something that we can show other people, that yes, there is another way. You don't have to be stuck in that cycle. That's not the lifestyle that we want to kind of show people, that this is what you need to do. There is another way, that you can have that balance from life, you can have that family time.
Yeah.
It just means that you need to trust in something probably something that you've never done, because it's something that we've never done. We're not social media people. And that's bringing me to the next question that I wanted to ask you, actually, because how did you feel when you first came across this and you realized that it involves a bit of social media, involves you coming out kind of into this open world? I'm sure it wasn't comfortable, but how did you feel? What did you think about that?
I was scared. I was petrified. Being a counselor, you're so used to just listening to other people, hearing there and trying to help them. So being on this platform, sharing my story, I literally just shared my story in my heartful moments. It is very, vulnerable. Yeah. You're not used to that. I'm not used to that. It has never been about me. And what this business and this platform and social media made me realize that I do matter. My voice matter. That self-belief, that self-love, that self-acceptance. It's a continuous journey. It's work in progress every single day, but that transformation has truly occurred within me, and I'm proud of myself for that. It has been a tough journey. It's not easy, coming in front of the camera and putting yourself in front of, I don't know, millions and billions of people who are just out there. But what I say is, whoever can benefit from whatever I am doing, I am blessed. If someone can get anything out that's positive out of my message, and they don't have to be part of the business. If they just come across and find something that's resonating with them, then I'm making a difference. All I want to do is just help people. That has been my life's journey. When I look back, like helping students, helping parents, helping adults in the hospital, it has always been in the helping field. So when this business came along, that, wow, I can help other moms, other dads, other professionals to know that there is something more out there than just that 9 to 5. You can truly love your 9 to 5, because I do. But that doesn't mean that you can't have the life that's meant to be lived, which is that freedom of time, financial freedom, that precious time that we crave with our children and with our family. I can truly say that I got that now, and I'm so blessed for that. So absolutely, I was petrified to put myself in front of the camera. I literally, for the whole year when I first started the business, every day I connected with one of the other leaders, and I would go live with their groups every single day. And if somebody were to go back to my page and they would see it, I would literally have about 40 seconds to maybe a minute and a half to speak and share. But 2 hours prior to that, I would be sitting in front of my computer, practicing what I'm going to say, write it out, visualize. Every single day for a whole year, I did that. Because I needed to come out of my comfort zone. And that's what it took. People don't see the behind the work that goes through. It's all about that mindset, right? Yeah. Because you have to shift that. I grew up with parents who believed, money doesn't grow on tree. Well, guess what? I teach my daughter, money does grow on tree. It absolutely does grow on trees. You can have anything and everything that you want and you desire. You can have it all. because we are all meant to live in an abundance. It is that shift that needed to happen.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I answered your question.
Yes, you did.
You did. You absolutely did. I mean, to be fair, every single person that's come on this online platform comes in with that same mindset, because then we're not, social media influencers. We're not famous people. We're just regular, ordinary people going about our day, going about our job. But we all wanted to come on here to do something different, to change our life. And when you want to make that change, it also means changing yourself from within, and going back to what you said about the mindset. Yes, we come on and we think we're so afraid of social media, but actually, you just have to flip the script. Maybe it's not for you to fear. Maybe it's just for you to use it in the right way.
Yes.
If we can make an impact in other people's life, if we can use it more wisely, then why not? Right? It is a powerful tool. So it's just how you use it. That's all it is.
Exactly. That's what they always say. We need to change inside first before looking at the outside world.
Yeah.
So transformation is here. And as you said, Uma, I mean, I feel myself, more than anything else, I have my own time, then my family, then my kids and things like that. But I really enjoy this platform, learning something, meeting new people. I mean, thoroughly enjoying. Money, yes, money is a byproduct.
Yes.
We can buy money, we can do extra hours, or you can do multiple business, that's fine. But the system, the community, and the likely minded peoples, it's such an amazing. I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying this journey.
Yeah. And I think that's how people need to see it when they come in. It's not it's not a lottery. It's not a get to rich quick scheme. It is a journey. It's a journey, and it's a new journey. It's a new start in your life to do something different.
Yeah.
And
when we initially started for the first live with our mentor, we practiced for nearly 7 hours.
I believe you.
It was just simple 4 questions, and we are just practicing, just asking questions, not even answering the questions, just asking questions. Myself and Veda practice, are we good? Are we good? No. And now when we go back, and we are literally like, oh my God, is that we? Like, oh no.
Yeah. But I mean, in hindsight, when I think about it, and this includes us, right? The biggest reason that stops people from doing any of this is because we're so worried. We're so constantly worried about what other people are going to say and what other people are going to think, right? Yeah. We actually give more value to other people's opinions and thoughts than our own. And we did that. And looking back now, that's why it took us so long, because we were just thinking, oh my goodness, what will people say? Are we going to speak correctly? Are we going to say the right thing? And it just makes your mind just, want to explode. Yeah. But, now doing this for 2 years, my personality has completely shifted. I would definitely say I'm a lot more of a confident person. I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I resonate with what you said there, Uma. I have a voice, and I want people to hear that voice.
Yeah.
And then, of course, coming back to other people's opinions, again, it's just opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the free will, right? Everybody's allowed to have their opinion, but it doesn't define you.
Absolutely.
It's what we believe that defines us. So I think I'm really grateful for that transformation, because it's just allowed me to see the world in a completely different perspective. Yeah. And it's allowing me to give that same perspective to my kids.
Yeah.
That abundance mindset. You can have everything that you want.
Yeah, because when your kids see you doing different practices, and so then they start taking interest in it. Oh, Mama, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing journaling. You want to do journaling with me? Oh, okay. So what do you write? Oh, I'm writing down 10 things that I'm grateful for. You want to write down 10 things you're grateful for? Okay, Mama. Yeah, that's how you start, because kids need to see. They need to see, they learn from that, instead of just speaking, the doing matters.
Yeah. That's what I think as well. I mean, I'm showing my next generation or my kids or my grandkids, there's an opportunity, you can leverage this and work from home. You don't need to work for someone else.
Yes.
There's an opportunity. So we are, as a parents, we are, we can do, you can do that
Yes.
as well,
Yeah,
so
exactly. I mean, it's
foundation.
so easy to like work for someone else for 40 years of your life, but why not work on this business? Give this business 4 years. 4 years. I'm not
That's it.
saying 40 years, 4 years. And people are skeptical about giving 4 years,
Mm.
and that's such a shame, but again, that transformation has not occurred. That mindset shift has not occurred. People are so comfortable with where they are, yet that wishful thinking is there. Wishful thinking is not going to get you anywhere in this world. It doesn't matter how hard you wish if you don't take any action. Action is always, always in a must. It's required. Without action, no one's going to give you anything. God, universe, it doesn't matter. This business came to me. If I didn't take action, you know what? I can still be sitting here and just wishing for it. But you have to take that required action. When you take the action, that's when you start to see stars aligning, universe making things happen for you, Then it's like you just feel like you're just floating, and it's beautiful. But you have to learn to step out. There's so much more out there in this world. Our thinking is this much. All of the other pieces, this much, is not aware of that. Try to step out of this, and then you'll see what's out there. And it is amazing, amazing. The learning, it's a continuous learning,
Absolutely, that's
Yeah,
rightly said.
So there'll be a lot of people there, professionals, parents, mums, dads, anybody who's thinking, do you know what, I need to do something different. I don't want to live my life this way, but they're on that skeptical boat. They're so afraid to take that step. And they've probably been watching. I know so many people who've just watched us or other people who are on this online platform for months or even years, but they haven't taken that step forward. So what would be your advice to those people?
Take that step. I don't believe in tomorrow. Right here, right now, if you're watching this, for me, I always it's a sign from universe, God, whoever you believe in. It's an opportunity that has been given to you. Don't let it pass. Sign up for the complimentary webinar. Watch the complimentary webinar. You have nothing to lose. And even after that, you have nothing to lose, which is the next step. If you don't mind me sharing, you pay $149, risk-free for 30 days. Tell me which store, which restaurant that you go to, and you buy groceries for $200-300, and if you don't like the food, whatever, can you get your money back? No, you can't. Well, in this business, we'll give you 30 days to review the business model, the compensation plan, the investment options, the products that are involved, that's on the back end of the system. Investment. Everything in detail is explained to you in 2.5 hours of videos. You owe that time to yourself. Watch those videos. And better yet, you can watch it in any language of your choice, that too. So watch it, write down your questions, connect with either one of us. We will be more than happy to answer any and all of your questions, via Zoom call or phone calls, whatever is convenient for you. And if you say that, no, Veda and Mani, no, I don't think the business is for me, guess what? You get your $149 back, no questions asked. That's how amazing it is. We're not here trying to scam anyone. This is how the business is set up. We want people who are willing to take that step. People always say, oh, why not just share all this information? You know what? If I share, you're not showing any interest. You have to take that interest and, spend that 90 minutes watching the complimentary webinar. Put that $149. That'll make you think like, no, you know what? I paid that $149. I better watch those videos. It gives us that little kick, in our behind. So just kind of, it gives you that, oh no, I better watch it. So you sit down, and when you start watching it, you will be blown away with our compensation plan. It is absolutely amazing, So learn about it. It is all there spelled out for you. So take the action, pay that $149 today, learn, and if it's not for you, then you get your money back. No questions asked. So action is must. Don't wait for tomorrow. Then it'll turn into another day, and that tomorrow never comes. So right here, right now, take action, guys.
Absolutely. So rightly said. People are willing to go and spend 2.5 hours, 3 hours to go and watch, an Indian movie, a Bollywood movie, right? Here, that same time that you're investing in yourself to learn about this business, something that's going to be life-changing. Watching that movie, it's more of an entertainment, but this $149 when you spend and you watch this 2.5 hours worth of information, that's going to be an opportunity for you to see if this business can change your life, if this business is for you. So I think you can definitely invest in that time and just do it.
Yeah. The important thing is, when they watch the video, it will give them more focus. And when they visualize it, they can understand better. When we speak into someone, because they'll be doing multiple things, or they'll not be focusing, they'll be driving, they'll be cooking, or, So that's why when people say, like, why don't you give the information? Because as a human mind, we don't have that tendency. Maximum 30 minutes to 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That's all they can listen and observe the information. And whatever we say, just go off. So basically, why we are not giving that piece of information. Basically, you will miss out the opportunity if you don't see it for yourself. Yeah.
And also, that's our business model too, right? For us to, if someone is asking us questions, imagine us spending 2.5 hours with each person. That's not what this business is about. We're here because we want that time freedom to spend time with our kids. So our system is set up that way, that everything is there. The automated system is there. That's what it's there for. Leverage that. And that's what we're leveraging. So we're trying to bring you into that system and trying to get you used to what it is that this business has to offer. So it is up to you to take the opportunity. We can come on here and talk till we turn blue, but you have to take that action and you have to make it happen. And don't forget, you can pass this business on to your children, to your grandkids. So you're leaving a legacy. Think about that. Ooh, gives me goosebumps.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
I just want to ask one final question to Uma. So when you say this business is legit, so how do you pay tax in the US? Because here, like, we pay through HMRC. How it works in the US? And
so we get at the end of the year 1099. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what we get. And actually, I just sent in all the paperwork to the accountant as well, and we get that at the end of the year. On our earnings, you have to pay taxes. That's just what it is. So that's what we get from the business. And you file for taxes. It's a must. So it is absolutely legal and taxable business.
That was a very precise answer. Thank you very much, Uma.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for this lovely session, Uma. I hope to our audience, to the viewers who've been watching this, thank you for your patience and watching this session. We hope that you've got a lot of takeaway from this session. And like we've talked about, I just want to finalize: a dream will always just remain a dream unless you put it into action. So if your dream is to have that time freedom, is to have that financial freedom, to be able to actually just live and not be on survival mode, then you need to take action. And if you're seeing this, maybe this is a sign that this was meant for you. So look into this, do your research, come and speak to any of us. We're more than happy to guide you, and let's make that dream a reality. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon on another session. Thank you for joining us today, Umar. Have a lovely day, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Ma.
Bye-bye.
Thank
God
you.
bless.